Gator Sports Talk Radio has returned.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's Sportscene with Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sportscene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by Gator Trim Light, Campus USA Credit Union, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Meldon Law, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Sensei Asian Bistro, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, BND Electric, and the Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's Steve Russell, right here on WRUF.
It is time to eat some lunch, a little later than normal, and talk some sports. Welcome into a Friday edition of Sports Scene today. As we did yesterday, we broadcast live from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's just gorgeous here today, where Gator baseball is. Last night, Florida in a 3.5-hour plus marathon, getting the win, though. And that was a big win. I'll tell you why in a little bit. Congratulations to Gator softball today, getting that run rule victory over Florida A&M. I'll be joined by the voice of Gator softball, Ryan Urquhart, here shortly, as he will kind of wrap this up, put it in a bow today, and look ahead to Florida's possible next opponents. If everything goes right today, Shanda Stebbins, the athletic director at Santa Fe College, is going to join us because their softball team is in the playoffs, and they got off to a really good start. So we'll talk to her. And then Elijah Badger, now in the UFL, is going to join us to talk about his experience there. But let's talk Gator softball now. Ryan Urquhart is going to join us now, the voice of Gator softball. Ryan, thanks for hanging, man. I appreciate you. Run rule win today. Look, I don't, with all respect to Florida A&M, this is not a surprising outcome. But based upon, Ryan, where Florida struggled a little bit coming into this, was this feel-good win needed?
Yeah, I think absolutely. When you put it in the context of where Florida had been last couple of weeks, and Coach Walton had echoed that in the media availability. We talked about it all throughout the game today. He wanted to see this lineup mash, and Steve, I think 12 runs on 12 hits is considered mashing, and it was in a variety of ways, in a variety of situations. But I think, too, you can be really pleased with how Florida pitched today. One time through the order for Keegan Rothrock, spins basically a no-hitter to that point, only hit allowed by Red Oxley, and Leah Stevens finishes out the game. So I think on all fronts, Steve, this was very much a feel-good, set-the-tone kind of game for the NCAA tournament.
You know, a lot of people, or some people, Ryan, were concerned about Florida's pitching going into this. And I understand the number of runs they gave up, but they weren't playing, Sisters of the Poor either. They were playing, really good SEC teams. When you saw the struggle, though, what did you see that was not going right in the circle?
I think it really kind of comes down to locating your pitches. I think that's a huge part of it. I also think, too, it's like you said, that Florida was playing some really tough teams. You had Georgia, who basically at that point of the year became the hottest SEC team in the country, made a run to the SEC tournament semifinals as a lower seed. Meanwhile, you also have an Alabama team that's the number one overall seed, but Florida just didn't look comfortable. As far as the pitching goes, though, Steve, I think ultimately it's just sometimes maybe you get a little in your head or you're overthinking it or you're not moving the pitches the way you need to. But the Gators executed today, and I think that's the big takeaway is it's not just Keegan Rothrock. Of course, I mean, she went one time through the order basically perfect with the 6 strikeouts. But it's also the fact that, like Coach Walton had asked for, one good inning out of Red Oxley, one good inning out of Leah Stevens. I think, like Coach Walton had said, making it simpler, going back to basics a little bit, Florida executed in that regard, and that's a good foundation for the rest of this postseason.
Texas State and Georgia Tech will now play. Florida played Georgia Tech, albeit early in the year. And I think it was you during the broadcast, Brian, that said this. Don't discount Texas State. A lot of people haven't heard about them. So for people who are listening now, tell us a little bit about Texas State, what they bring to this regional.
Yeah, Texas State, they have got some really good hitting and pitching. They're out of the Sun Belt, but don't let that fool you. This is a very high-quality Texas State team. They earned every bit of it. Their 13th NCAA tournament appearance since 2024. They lead the Sun Belt in ERA and WHIP, and they're second in the Sun Belt in on-base percentage. But, Steve, you look at the results. They knocked off Texas Tech, who could be Florida's potential super regional matchup. They also have already beaten an SEC team in Texas A&M, and another really good mid-major is Southeastern Louisiana, who also has top 10 wins of that variety. They took 2 out of 3 against them in a series. So when you look at Texas State, they are very capable. They can go up. They swing the bat well. The pitching is very, very good for Texas State. Ultimately, the Bobcats, if it is them tomorrow that Florida sees, because you also don't want to count out Georgia Tech because they've pushed the Florida States and the Dukes of the world over in the ACC. But if it is them and you're unfamiliar, don't look at the brand or any of that stuff and discount them. They are a very high-quality softball program that can come in and make some noise, and a lot of experts have echoed that coming into the postseason.
One of the things that I have seen with Tim Walton, and I'm old enough to know I did radio when Tim first got here and saw this, but you've seen it firsthand now too, Ryan, for a while. It just seems that when Florida gets to postseason play, they kick it up a gear. Do you notice that as well?
Yeah, I've noticed that for years at this point. I, like you, Steve, have seen this team. For me, it's the last 8 years or so. You've seen them for a while. That they get to this time of year, and Coach Walton just always seems to know how to push the right buttons, whatever it is with this particular group or the last group or the one before that, to know what they might need in a given moment. And also, too, I think that they just rise to the occasion. It's also, too, you're playing a little bit free. Classes are over with. Of course, this is a very tough university academically, but being able to play free, swing away free, I think that stuff matters. And I think they have the right mentality in the postseason, and that's in the DNA of what he builds going all the way back to fall ball and before that in the recruiting process. So I think it's a lot of its mentality. I think it's being able to play free this time of year, a combination of factors that result in Florida having made 13 Women's College World Series in 3 of the last 4.
Well, again, tomorrow it'll be an early day for you, my friend, but at least the Gators are alive and kicking, and we'll see what happens. Always appreciate you, Ryan. Thanks for taking the time to come on with us.
Thanks for having me, Steve. Have a good call out there in Baton Rouge, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. Ryan Urquhart, voice of Gator softball, after helping the Gators out today and getting to that run rule victory today. Luis is our producer today. We will take a break. We'll come back, and then we will open up phone lines, all of that. But I want to tell you first that normally we broadcast from the Gator Trim Light studio. We are not there, obviously, today, but they still are great people that can do a lot for you, your landscaping, your pool enclosure, lighting your home, whatever you need, they can take care of it for you. And it is fully programmable right from your phone. You can visit them at GatorTrimLight.com and you can see exactly what they can do for you. Also, we are fueled by Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. Folks, I've been telling you, they're the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Been doing it for a long time. When you go see them in person, make sure and tell them Sportscene sent you. Ways to contact the show. If you want to text us something, 352-325-3777. That's brought to you by B&D Electric, professional, reliable electrical service you can trust. You can schedule at bdelectric.com. Anything YouTube and Facebook, Luis will get them to us. Facebook Live questions come to you courtesy of Ruth Ogre State Farm, your go-to agent in Gainesville for car, home, casualty, and life insurance. YouTube questions courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union, serving our Gator community for 90 years. We'll take a break. We'll come back. More sports scene to come. You're listening on WRUF.
Your home for the Tampa Bay Rays is WRUF.
Hey, it's Steve Russell for Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. Friends, they've been in business for 45-plus years, and the Cousins family has done just one thing, but man, they've done it right. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. I'm driving one right now, have been for a very long time. They've treated me right. They'll do the same thing for you. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville.
Everyone knows Gator Trim Light is the go-to for patented permanent holiday lighting. But did you know they do so much more? From pool enclosures and businesses to decks and landscape lighting, they've got you covered. Full color systems, fully programmable, right from your smartphone. Invisible by day, stunning by night. Show off your orange and blue home or landscape with GatorTrimLight.com. That's GatorTrimLight.com. GatorTrimLight.com.
Nobody does catering like P.F. Chang's. Elevate your gathering with our buffet-style catering pans. Packed with bold flavors and generous portions of your favorite dishes, we make it easy to serve and even easier to enjoy. From chopsticks to dessert, everything's ready for pickup or delivered right to your door. Choose individual meals, customizable catering packages, or build your own perfect feast. P.F. Chang's Catering. Your feast perfected. Order now at pfchangs.com/catering.
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their pressed ciabatta pesto chicken with fries, grilled chicken, assorted roast peppers, mushrooms, mozzarella, and pesto aioli.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
Nope, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Craving bold, authentic Cuban flavor? Head to Miapa Latin Cafe, where every bite brings the taste of Cuba straight to your table. From iconic Cuban sandwiches and fresh flaky empanadas to rich café con leche and perfectly sweet plantains. Every dish is made fresh daily for a true Latin experience. Proudly serving the community for over 23 years. And a proud supporter of the Florida Gators, Miapa now features 6 convenient locations ready to welcome you. Dine-in, drive-through, to-go, or catering, Miapa is your choice for crowd-pleasing Cuban favorites. Miapa Latin Cafe, the best Cuban food north of Miami.
In a world of big banks, there's only one truly local choice in Gainesville, Gala Bank. Locally owned and operated, Gala Bank is built by people who live here, work here, and care about this community. With over 350 years of combined banking experience, you'll always get trusted guidance and personal service you can count on. And with convenient 7 to 7 hours, Monday through Saturday, banking works around your schedule, not the other way around. Local bank, local people. Gala Bank, member FDIC.
Connecting with WRUF at Sportscene just got easier. Call, email, watch on YouTube or Facebook Live. And now text us on the B&D Electric text line at 352-325-3777. That's 352-325-3777. Gator baseball fans, don't miss On Deck with Steve Russell and Jeff Cardoso live every Monday at 1 on WRUF. Get baseball and softball breakdowns, player analysis, and SEC previews. Listen live or anytime on the WRUF app, YouTube or Facebook. On Deck, it's a hit.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
I just got another NBA offer from Hard Rock Bet.
A Hard Rock Bet promo at the Hard Rock Bet Party? That is so meta.
That's not meta. That's Meta World Peace. Meta. Tell them about Hard Rock Bet.
Hard Rock Bet has it all. Live odds for every NBA game, every player prop, same game parlays, you name it. It's the only place I play these days.
Okay, now that is meta.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
You're listening to Sports Scene with Steve Russell, right here on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
We've been talking about this concert forever, and it's finally here. And a lot of people I know are going to be going to it, so it'll be a lot of fun. Don't forget, all of our phone calls sponsored by Titan MRI and Imaging, 3 locations in Gainesville, 1 in Lake City to serve you better. You can call them for the best MRI and affordable prices. You can also go online, titanmri.com. The email, you know it, srussell@wruf.com. Brought to you by International Diamond Center, who carries an assortment of designer engagement rings, wedding bands, watches, and fine jewelry. International Diamond Center, the official jeweler of the Florida Gators. Luis, our producer today, is going to get on the telephone and call Shanda Stebbins, who is the athletic director over at Santa Fe College, because their softball team also is doing really well, and she will tell us about that. Don't forget all of our guests, courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971, the only injury law firm partner of the Florida Gators. Meldon Law won't back down. And we appreciate Quality Plumbing, sponsoring the first hour of the show. When you need a quality plumber, rely on the same company Gainesville's trusted since 1984, Quality Plumbing. Their name says it all. So now, while we wait for Shanda, Gator baseball. Let me just say this. Nobody stays on top forever. And it is really hard to stay on top in anything. But to see where LSU is now, especially pitching. Now, remember I said to you, I believed LSU would pitch nobody of consequence in this series, at least for a long time, because they feel the only way they can make the postseason now is by winning the SEC tournament. And that's exactly what transpired last night. We'll get to that in just a second, but let me bring in the Santa Fe College Athletic Director, Shanda Stebbins, to talk about their softball team and what they are doing. Coach, it's good to have you. Welcome.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Hope everybody is well.
I got to ask you this before we get into the nuts and bolts of what's going on here. You were a longtime coach. You had an athletic director who hired you. The shoe's on the other foot now. You're the athletic director. You look at coaches to hire. What impressed you about your current coach at coaching softball, and what impressed you to get her the job?
Yeah, awesome. She was actually hired prior to me becoming the athletic director by our previous AD. And I think that what stood out to me when I was coaching alongside her and now as an athletic director is she's very, very competitive. She's passionate. She knows the sport, and she does teach the sport really well. And I think to be a coach at the collegiate level, probably even the high school level, I think you have to be able to articulate a talent to how you combine talent and work ethic. And I think she does that really well for us. And that the term we use in athletics is player development, right? So our players developing under a coach's leadership. And in Savannah's situation, they certainly are. So we're excited. We think that she does a wonderful job in a lot of ways. And so it's fun to see them be successful.
Before we get into what's happening now, for those who don't know, kind of chronicle the regular season, the success that you had getting to this point.
Yeah, so softball has been ranked in the top 10 the entire year, but the region that we're in hosts 8 to 10 teams in the top 25 nationally. So the region that we compete in is very tough, and it's been like that for a really long time. And honestly, in multiple sports in our state, in basketball, women's basketball, men's basketball, it's like that. The national champion has come from this state in baseball, women's basketball, softball. So it's a very competitive and robust Region 8, which is generally our state. They play conference throughout February to March. And for this year, they had 40-plus wins, which was pretty impressive, playing, again, number one FSW in the nation, Eastern Florida, Indian River, Daytona, all of these teams, top 25 teams in the nation. So really proud of how our girls and our coaches coached through a very difficult schedule. And I think they're reaping the benefits somewhat. You know, when I played for Mary, she always used to say, the SEC needs to become better in volleyball for us to win a national championship. And I think that that's what we're experiencing at this level is our conference is so strong that it puts us in a better position nationally.
Great year. You go to the playoffs, discuss game one that you got a chance to win.
Yeah, so we won game one, took care of business. We were coming in as the 3 seed, knocked off the next seed, and then the next day we play Northwest Florida. Now, when we talk about seeds, we're talking about seeding for the tournament, but, we zoom out and talk about national seedings. So we were playing, yesterday we were playing Northwest Florida, basically the number 2 team in the country behind FSW, who won our conference. And, we just didn't perform very well. We didn't win. Our kids probably would love to have that game back. But what I would tell them is, hey, we lost to the number 2 team in the country. But I think they upset them last year. And I think that's part of our mentality is, hey, we ought to be able to upset anybody. And so then that put us in the losers bracket. We played this morning at 10. We won that game, so now we play tonight at 7, and it puts us in a position. We beat Indian River at 10 this morning. Indian River was 12th in the country. We're currently 6th, so it puts us in a position. Hopefully tonight we'll play the winner of Eastern and Miami-Dade, I believe, and so those are 2 teams that are ranked lower than us. That doesn't mean anything. We obviously would have to still win it. But if we were to win tonight, we could play tomorrow for the Bracket B championship.
Wow. No rest for the weary. That's for sure. Those double elimination tournaments for softball are completely different than baseball. So for the normal fan, it's hard to follow sometimes. Last thing, when she's done Savannah's done the job that she's done, and it seemed like a really, really good group of kids here. You get a Chronister who's a local kid, to be the pitching coach. When I had Savannah on, what struck me about what she talked about her team was not only were they good, but they got along, they competed a lot. Do you see the same thing with them in terms of how they perform, what they do on the field?
Definitely. I think when you look at students or student athletes or employees or coaches, you are who you are 24/7. So you don't just become a hard worker on the field and not be a hard worker in the classroom, or not be, have high character on the field but low character off the field. So it's really exciting to see this group win. They actually finished the spring with the highest GPA in the athletic department. So they got my athletic department award for the spring. She had kids graduate and sort of led the way. I mean, we had 41 out of our 43 sophomores graduate, with the other 2 finishing classes to get graduated. So the academic credibility that they bring is, we love watching the sport and we love seeing what people do on the field, but I feel like that's just the tip of the iceberg for who they are as people, the way they carry themselves, the things that they do, professionally, and what they will do for workforce development down the road.
All right. So again, team plays tonight. If they win, they'll play again tomorrow, correct?
That's correct. At Eddie Seymour Eddie Seymour Complex in Clearwater, Florida. Not too far a drive. Obviously, you can also watch it webcast. The links are on our website under the schedule. So we hope people will get behind them.
I was just going to ask you that. So thank you for telling us where you could see it and follow it. And thank you for being here today, too. Always appreciate you. Thanks for being here.
All right. Thanks, Steve. We appreciate you.
You got it, Coach. Thank you. Shanna's done a great job. She's now the athletic director over at Santa Fe College. And again, their softball team also, much like Florida, having real success. We'll take a break, come back. We'll open up the emails, the phone lines for you as you listen to Sportscene, coming to you live today from Baton Rouge on WRUF.
WRUF Sports Center.
I'm Tori Kitchens. Florida softball defeated Florida A&M 12-0 in a 5-inning run roll. The Gators recorded their 13th consecutive win in the NCAA tournament opener. Pitcher Keegan Rothrock recorded her 27th win of the season with 6 strikeouts and no hits allowed.
Douglas swings through at strike 3. Keegan Rothrock is racking up Ks. Give her 4, and she's retired 6 consecutive to start this 2026 Gainesville Regional.
The Gators play the winner of Texas State and Georgia Tech tomorrow morning with live coverage beginning at 9:30. Florida baseball took Game 1 11-8 at LSU last night. Ethan Serwick knocked a grand slam in the first, contributing to a 6-run start for the Gators. Live coverage of Game 2 begins right here at 7:25. Heading into Day 2 of the SEC Outdoor Track and Field Championships, Florida sits in second place. Field action resumes today at 4:30 with the track event underway at 6:15.
It's never fun being injured, and with summer on the way, the last thing you want is lingering pain holding you back. Good news, you don't have to deal with long waits or high costs at Titan MRI and Imaging. At Titan MRI and Imaging, you're not just another patient. You're treated with care in a comfortable, personal setting. With 2 locations in Gainesville and 1 in Lake City, being pain-free is a short drive away, and they accept insurance. So don't sit out this summer. Get the scan you need and get back to enjoying it. Visit TitanMRI.com to learn more.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here. I felt like family from the beginning. The value was extraordinary.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger, and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
At Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
Looking for the perfect stay in Gainesville? Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center is just steps from the Swamp, the closest hotel to UF. With 6 stylish floors of brand new everything, we've been completely renovated and fully remodeled for your comfort. Enjoy the best guest services in town, competitive rates, and a location you just can't beat. And don't forget about our rooftop pool. Whether it's game day, graduation, or a Gator getaway, make your stay extraordinary at Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center. Visit us online today for details and booking.
By now you've heard about the Florida Legends Experience in Gila, featuring Gator Heisman greats Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel, and Steve Spurrier all in one place at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Imagine catching a pass or taking a handoff from a Heisman winner, all while supporting Isaiah 117 to help provide safe, loving homes for children in need. Then enjoy an unforgettable evening at the Gala, filled with great food and lasting memories. Don't miss this historic event. Find out how you and your business can get involved at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
It's game day. Lights on, fans ready, everything running like it should. Now imagine your home performing at that same level. No flickering lights, no tripping breakers, no last-minute surprises. With B&D Electric, your home's electrical system is always game day ready. From repairs and lighting to panel upgrades and troubleshooting, they deliver reliable service you can count on every time. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule your service today at www.bdelectric.com. That's bdelectric.com.
Foodies, this is not a drill. Sensei Asian Bistro is now open in Celebration Point, right next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, and it's bringing bold Japanese French fusion flavors you won't find anywhere else. We're talking smoked New York strip, rich matcha curry, melt-in-your-mouth Chilean sea bass, and the fan-favorite Chunggang chili chicken. Feeling adventurous? Dive into fresh crudo oysters or treat yourself to A5 Wagyu tataki. Add in handcrafted cocktails, and you've got your next night out covered. Sensei Asian Bistro. Come hungry, leave impressed.
Thursdays just got a whole lot better. At Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, it's prime rib night, and it's everything you've been craving. We're talking slow-roasted, perfectly seasoned USDA prime rib, carved just the way you like it, served with a jumbo loaded baked potato and all the classic fixins. Simple, legendary, done right. This isn't just dinner, it's a weekly tradition. And hey, you asked, the head ball coach delivered. Join us every Thursday for premium prime rib night at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Come hungry, leave legendary.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
Sunny skies will take us through our Friday evening. High temperatures this afternoon in the upper 80s. Tonight, lows only cooling to the mid-60s. Humidity will be on the rise. Expect partly cloudy skies overnight. We've got a hot and humid weekend ahead. Saturday and Sunday, temperatures in the lower 90s. Heat index values in the mid-90s. Lots of sunshine for our Saturday. We'll have a slight chance for a few afternoon thunderstorms on Sunday. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
Your only home for Gator Baseball is WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, your home for Gator Sports.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. Okay, I hope we can talk a little sports today. Gator Baseball. Here are the updated standings in the SEC as we go into the next to last game of the regular season. Forget about Georgia. They're not a factor here. They've won the SEC, and they've won it going away. The logjam is with teams, about 8 or 9 teams that are vying for finishing in the top 8, which would give them at least a first-round bye in the SEC tournament. And, of course, with all of this, teams jockeying for position to maybe host a regional, that sort of thing. Texas is 17-10. Alabama is 17-11. They have a tiebreaker over Florida. Texas A&M, 16-11. They have a tiebreaker over Florida. Florida is 16-12. Auburn is 16-12. They have a tiebreaker over Florida. Mississippi State, 16-12. Teams didn't play. Arkansas is 15-13. Florida has the tiebreaker there. Ole Miss and Tennessee are 14-14. Ole Miss has the tiebreaker. Now, if my calculation is right, and believe me, I'm not great at math, but I believe I'm right. If Florida wins one more game against LSU, I believe they would clinch a top 8 in the league. Even if Arkansas were to tie Florida, Florida has the tiebreaker head-to-head. So that's, I believe, what is on the line tonight when these two teams get together. And, we will see what happens from there. But I started to say this earlier. History shows you how difficult it is to win after you win a championship. Look what happened to Mississippi State. Look what happened to Ole Miss. Now look what's happened to LSU. It's tough, man. It's tough. And LSU has zero shot at a regional unless they win the SEC tournament. And I'd imagine the game tonight, we will see a parade of arms again from LSU with guys who've not pitched a whole lot, or they'll align. If they're going to say they're going to start somebody the first game, he may go a couple of innings just to give him a tune-up and then get him out of there. They hit. I mean, they try, but their pitching is just awful. And their pitchers last night could not throw strikes. Don't forget, you can check out our daily clip of the day on WRUF, Facebook, and YouTube at WRUF Home of the Gators, brought to you by our friends at Fairlife Milk. This is what happens when we come on late, okay? Nothing about baseball, nothing about softball, nothing about the NBA, nothing about hockey, nothing about MLB. Come on. Let's talk a little sports here. 392-8255. Again, you can email the show, srussell@wruf.com. Also, text us. Luis will get it to me. 352-325-3777, brought to you by B&D Electric. And again, Facebook Live questions, YouTube questions, they are welcome. And there's another reason why they're welcome is because I'm going to be here till about 3 o'clock. And talking to myself is not something I really like to do a whole lot. Okay, let's see here. Let's talk to John. John, welcome.
Hey, Steve, thanks for taking my call. I tell you, I got more questions than answers on that game last night on Florida LSU. I mean, I didn't think it would last over 2.5 hours, and it lasted close to 4 hours. I mean, what kind of grade would you give us on that game? What kind of grade would you give Florida on that game we played?
What kind of what, John? I'm sorry?
What kind of grade would you give the Florida team on that against LSU that we played last night? What kind of grade?
Well, I think Florida was fine. I mean, Aiden King was not as sharp as we've seen him, yet he did the job, right? And the bottom line right now, John, is winning. When you get to this point in the season, it's not about style points. It's about winning. And I think that the downside of this a little bit, Barberi got out there. He needed to work. That was certainly good. He'll be needed for the stretch run here. But they had to go earlier to the bullpen than I thought they wanted to go. So that was a bit concerning. I don't think they wanted to use Reitner, but they had to because, again, Florida's got to win, and they did. So they may be a little bit thinner today in the bullpen, and that's why the hope is that you'll get some good innings out of Liam Peterson.
I couldn't believe we had to go through, 5 pitchers or something to finally put him away. I thought that game was never going to end. You don't think the game this night would be as long, do you? You think it would be more of a normal type game? Or this? I mean, I could not believe it yesterday. I mean, we couldn't seem to put him away.
Well, it wasn't Florida not putting him away so much as LSU couldn't throw strikes. The game was long because, in part, there were so many walks in the game. And when you don't throw strikes, John, that lengthens a game. And that LSU and again, I understand why they're not using any top-line pitchers because they want to get ready for the SEC tournament. And they had guys that were throwing, 20 innings, 15 innings, and it showed. They just couldn't throw strikes. That's why the game was long.
So I guess that's how most teams that played LSU this year probably went through the same kind of stuff we went through last night. Then a lot of times, I mean, went through long games and stuff to finally put them away. I mean, beat them.
Yes, absolutely, John. I appreciate your call, John. Thank you. Let's get to. Okay, John. Thank you. Let's get to Woody here. Woody, hello.
Yeah, hey, Steve. There's a lot of scenarios for you to keep track of for the SEC tournament, and it's just amazing how, except for Georgia, this league is so bunched up in the middle. A lot of good teams, but a lot of good teams beating each other. And I got to be honest with you, I don't care a whole lot about the seeding for the conference tournament. I've never been big on the conference tournament. I like to watch it just to watch some more games, I want my guys to win, but like when the softball team got eliminated the other day, I was more concerned about the pitching than I was the fact that they didn't win the tournament, So what I'm excited about actually is that it looks like with the guys coming back from injury and some of the defensive positions, the guys are playing better, like third and short. Some of the guys are hitting a little better. It's like the coaching and the talks and the repetitions of the games has gotten through, and the guys are gradually, incrementally getting better. And man, that's why this coach, we are so blessed with the baseball and softball coaches that we have. This coach has done a hell of a job, and I'm kind of excited to see what they can do from where they came from a month ago.
Well, I mean, it's a long year, number one. And look, I understand, when a team isn't playing well, there's angst among the fan base. One thing I would say to you, Woody, about the tournament, it's important in this way for Florida. Let's assume for the moment Florida finishes in the top 8 in the league. They would get a first-round bye in the tournament. If Florida's able to make a deep run in the tournament, that might allow them to get into the top 8. That's why sometimes for the tournament and the way you play in it, it does have meaning. If you're Georgia, it has absolutely no meaning. If they're not a top 8 national seed, then I'm crazy. So they can do what Ole Miss did. They can do what Mississippi State did. They can go in there and throw nobody, and it won't hurt them, in my opinion. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to have the opportunity to play yourself into a top 8 seed. I'd kind of forgotten about that. But you know, I'm just glad that they're playing better. You know, watching them drop pop-ups a month ago and stuff like that, that was getting just, you know, hard to deal with. And it's good to see the guys doing their job, whether it's at the plate, the guys are pitching better, coming back from injury, playing better defense, just a little bit here and there. You know, there's so many moving parts on a baseball team, and they've gotten better. And they might go 0-2. You know, they might be done. They might not win their regional, but it's just good to see them. I love to watch the season, enjoy the journey, watch teams. I'm a former coach, youth coach myself. Love to watch teams get better. You know, this is really cool, and I think they're going to do something. We'll see.
Okay. Woody, thank you for your call. Byron, I got to get a break in. I'll get you on after that. As we come to you live today from Baton Rouge, we are not in the Gator Trim Light Studio, but you know what I mean, right? That's a big sponsor of ours. We appreciate them, and we're fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF.
The NBA playoffs play here. WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
When the late, great Charlie Daniels would need a place for jewelry he could trust, he turned to International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange.
Hi, I'm Charlie Daniels, and I live in Tennessee, but when I get ready to do something serious about jewelry or a gift for my wife or somebody, I always get in touch with the folks at International Gold and Diamond Exchange here in Gainesville. There's a lot of reasons for that. One reason is they sell nothing but the best.
Find out what Charlie was talking about for yourself at International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange at 3440 West University Avenue and online at igdwex.com.
P.F. Chang's Gainesville is serving up incredible lunch specials starting at just $11.99. So if you're in the mood for Asian fusion cuisine, stop in for lunch today. And don't miss happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. with $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Make your next lunch or afternoon unwind unforgettable at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch and happy hour.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators!
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for core power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
It's the
grand opening of the all-new Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC. We've just received a special factory allocation of GMC trucks and SUVs. New GMC Sierra, $329 per month. New GMC Canyon, $299 per month. We sell more, so you save more. At Davis Gainesville Chevrolet of the all-new Davis Gainesville GMC on North Main Street in the heart of Gator Country and at GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $84.99 due at signing plus tax tag title and top. All rebates and incentives to dealer may include loyalty. Subject to lender approval. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Concrete is tough, long-lasting, durable, and when it's done right, it's the foundation of everything that stands strong. At Silverback Concrete, we don't just pour concrete, we build trust one slab at a time. We're a family-led team of heavy concrete specialists who sweat every detail, from footers to elevated decks. We respect your budget, we build to last, and we care about the people on the job today and those who will walk these floors tomorrow. You stand on it, we stand by it. Silverback Concrete, we've got your back. Visit silverbackconcrete.co to get started.
For more than 50 years of quality service, Archer Electric Service Company has been Gainesville's choice for residential and commercial electrical work. Whether you need wiring, repairs, or backup generator installation, we treat every client like family with professional, clean, dependable service. Don't wait for the storm or the flicker to remind you. Visit ArcherElectricService.com today for a free consultation and see why we've been Gainesville and the surrounding area's most trusted electricians for decades.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. The godfather of Gator Sports Talk Radio has returned.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's Sportscene with Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sportscene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by Gator Trim Light, Campus USA Credit Union, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Meldon Law, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Sensei Asian Bistro, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, BND Electric, and the Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's Steve Russell, right here on WRUF.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. I'm not quite sure where we are here in terms of breaks or what we're doing, but we're back, and we will continue to do Sports Scene here live from Baton Rouge. Luis, is Byron still there? If he is, let's get him on the line.
Hey, Steve, happy Friday. Steve, man, I tell you, those girls, I'm glad to see that win, man, in the pitching. And I think Texas State and even Georgia Tech could be a real challenge. But, Steve, last night with baseball, too, man, the gentleman, John was calling. Do you remember the guy from LSU or somewhere was saying about Auburn, maybe, the 6-run rules? I think he should have moved it to 8. I think to win these games, if you got not outstanding pitching, because these young guys are hitting, man, Steve, 90, 95 a mile an hour fastballs is nothing in the SEC. I'm sitting up there, man, I couldn't even see it when it was 85, looked like. But this good stuff, Steve, and shout out to the baseball and softball. Hopefully they'll reach it. Steve, if I ask you this real quick, how many games do we need to win after this? Maybe 1 or 2, or sweep them to be home so you can come home and see the family before y'all go back to the tournament. What do they need to do?
Well, there's only 2 more games left in the regular year, tonight and tomorrow afternoon.
Right.
If my math is right, Florida needs to win one to get a top 8 seed. To get a first round bye in the SEC tournament, which means we would come home tomorrow. We would probably stay home Sunday and Monday, and then get on a bus on Tuesday, and then get ready to play a game. If Florida has to play the first day of the tournament, which is on Tuesday, we would leave. We would charter from here tomorrow, and we would go right to Birmingham.
Well, Steve, I hope y'all win, and I hope you get to see the family. And I'm going to leave you with this, Steve. I'll say two things, but this is what I'll ask you for my question. And this is off the wall because there's no calls, I thought. The Jets' schedule's coming out in the NFL. The Jags fans are, but we play in London a lot. Is it really mattering to you guys, or do you see easy wins, or do you pay any attention to that? And number two, about your New York teams, the Knicks are getting a great rest, I believe, Steve. I think Cleveland and Detroit are wearing each other out. Do you think it's any advantage there? Thanks, Steve. Happy Friday. Go Gators.
All right, Byron, thanks. I picked Detroit, but I like the way Cleveland's playing. It wouldn't shock me, Byron, if Cleveland won that series. But I'm just glad my Knicks have a chance to rest. There's two schools of thought on that too. When you are going great, sometimes you don't want to stop because you're on a roll. But Anobi was hurt. It gives them the chance to get him back healthy. And look, when you're playing the way you're playing now in the playoffs, getting some rest, I think certainly does help. And I think that's going to help the Knicks. We hope to have Elijah Badger calling us here at the top of the hour. Luis, do I need I'm a little confused here with the breaks. Do I need another break here at the top of the hour, or do I wait? Just let me know that. And again, I want to thank our friends at Gator Trim Light. We are not in the Trim Light studio today, but we normally are. This can serve right here as the Gator Trim Light studio, can it? Yeah. Remember, full color systems, fully programmable for your home and right from your phone as well. Visit GatorTrimLight.com. They will take care of you, and they're really good people. And they can do your pool deck, your landscaping, your whatever, light your house up. They do a really good job. And we are fueled by Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. And we, okay, all right. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and then hopefully Elijah Badger will join us, and then we'll be here for a little while longer, and then we will get you ready for Gator baseball tonight. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
WRUF Sports Center.
I'm Tori Kitchens. Florida softball made easy work of Florida A&M in the first game of the Gainesville Regional. The Gators dominated in a 12-0 run rule in 5 innings.
Next pitch is popped up. This should do it. Desiderio ranges over, makes the catch, and that's the ball game. The Gators have won their 13th consecutive NCAA tournament opener, 12-0 over Florida A&M.
Florida next plays the winner of Texas State and Georgia Tech. Florida baseball defeated LSU 11-8 in Baton Rouge last night. Florida had a grand slam from Ethan Serwick as a part of a 6-run first inning to get the win. Aiden King picked up his 8th of the season. Game 2 goes tonight here on WRUF. Our coverage is underway at 7:25. Florida track and field sits in second place heading into day 2 of the SEC Outdoor Championships in Auburn. Field action resumes today at 4:30, while the track events are underway at 6:15.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com and let your brand shine.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier.
Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
This summer, bring every game home. Baseball, soccer, golf, like never before. With a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions. Delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it. At Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworldfl.com for more. That's electronicsworldfl.com.
The godfather of Gator Sports Talk Radio has returned.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's Sports Scene with Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by Gator Trim Light, Campus USA Credit Union, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Meldon Law, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Sensei Asian Bistro, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, BND Electric, and the Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's Steve Russell, right here on WRUF.
All right, we are here. You're thinking like, why is Russell on this time of the day? Well, because Gator softball was on. They get a run rule win, and we will be here till 3 o'clock today. So a little extra edition of Sports Scene today. I want to thank Quality Plumbing for sponsoring, the first hour of the show. Domino's Pizza sponsoring hour number 2. Right in your neighborhood, perfect for lunch, dinner, or those late night cravings. Nobody delivers like Domino's. Whether you're picking up or ordering delivery, fast, easy, just a click away. All you have to do is go to GatorDominoes.com, and that is that. Remember, all of our guests are courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. Meldon Law won't back down. Luis is producing the broadcast today. Nothing today. I hope I can get some calls here in the next hour. At the bottom of the hour, a guy I have known forever, Phil Farr, has been with the Athletic Association for a lot of years. he's announced his retirement. And I'm going to talk to Phil about that at the bottom of the hour today. But in the meantime, I want to keep Luis busy here, and we can at least talk a little sports with you here. This is what happens sometimes when the calendar gets screwed up, but that's just how it is. By the way, in softball, Stetson is about to upset Florida State. It's 8-3 Stetson, and they're in the top of the 7th inning there. So how about that? And that's at FSU. You just don't know when it comes to what happens in tournaments and all of that. The PGA is going on today as well. The top score so far is 4 under par. Matsuyama is at 3 under, and I believe he's in the clubhouse. Jason Day's at 3 under as well. Don't forget Pistons Cavaliers tonight, Spurs Timberwolves tonight, and some softball updated scores. Alabama hosting a regional, leading SC Upstate 7-0. That game is in the 4th inning. And again, in the Tallahassee regional, just gave you that score. A lot of the games are being played later, most of them, in fact. Duke at home leads Howard 5-0. That game is in the 4th inning. And just have to see. In the Gainesville regional, Georgia Tech and Texas State are underway. They are scoreless in the bottom of the 2nd, and Texas State is the home team there. UConn, Texas A&M, Princeton, Stanford just underway. And the rest of the action is taking place later on this afternoon. So that is what's happening. All right, I got a couple of emails here, and then hope I can hear from you. This is so funny. I think in all the years I have done this, I don't believe I've ever gotten an email like this. Paul says, is it as much fun to do the show on the road as it is doing it at home? Fun. It's always fun, right? Especially when I get feedback and people calling and talking sports. But logistically, it's not as easy, obviously. When you're home, you can see everybody, and if something goes wrong, you can, sort of fix it, Paul. But sometimes when you do it like this, it isn't as easy. But yeah, I still enjoy it the same. There's no difference there. And it takes, a village to do it. Luis today producing, Kevin back at the station, helping do this. It takes a village to do it. And I'm, really grateful for being able to do it. All right, let's go to our Titan MRI Imaging phone line. Marshall is there. Marshall, what's up?
Steve, baseball question.
Yes. Okay.
I remember commenting about how tricky it would be when a catcher is the designated hitter, because if they get substituted for, it kind of gets messed up. And I heard Jeff say maybe it's an exception for if the pitcher is the designated hitter and gets substituted as pitcher but stays in as designated hitter. Can you clarify that?
No. Honestly, no. I don't remember ever in a broadcast having that happen. And I would have to have you repeat that whole scenario again, and you were breaking up. What's the basic question you're trying to ask there?
Well, Solomon made the comment that if he had one of his catchers as designated hitter, and the one that was catching got hurt, and he had to move that guy to catch,
okay,
he would lose the designated hitter role.
I believe that's correct. Yes.
But there's an exception when it's the pitcher.
Yeah, I didn't know about the pitcher thing, but he's right about losing the designated hitter. Yes. and I don't want to say something and be incorrect.
Am I correct? Yeah. One of our transfer catchers, I think was Malzone maybe, has been hurt a lot, so we really haven't had a third catcher.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, should be some more fun baseball to watch. Thank you for your help on that.
And look, I'll also say this, Marshall. I mean, we have seen, at times Bowen or Stanford be a DH. Not a lot, but it's happened. And you do have to be a little bit careful of that. But you also can't play scared either. I mean, the chances of that happening are, pretty small. But I will say this, Sully has said this a couple of times, that, not having a third catcher is, can be an issue if there's an injury involved there. But fortunately, there has not been another injury there, so that's been okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you. It's also funny with that, Marshall. I get asked, and I'm sure over the course of years everybody has, but sometimes you get asked a question off the top of your head, and I always don't want to answer right away because I want to make sure I'm right. And I'm not afraid to say, I don't know, if I don't know. But something is certainly look-upable. But look, that's what coaches get paid a lot of money for. They make out lineups. They know their personnel. And, that's the great part about it. International Diamond Center email from Bob. Oh, boy, Bob, this is long. He's basically asking here who's got a better shot to go a longer way, softball or baseball. I would probably say softball at this point. And not for any particular reason, but just I just think that softball's got a little more firepower than what baseball does. And certainly if Rothrock, pitches like an ace, I think they have a shot to go a long way. And history shows Tim Walton also has done a pretty nice job in getting his teams to Oklahoma City. So that certainly worked out. We'll take a break. We'll come back and hopefully talk more with you. Call us, email us, and the International Diamond Center email, srussell@wruf.com. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
This is former Gator quarterback Shane Matthews, and you're listening to the home of Gator Sports, WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Friends, if somebody's been in business for 45 plus years, doesn't that tell you something? Trust, longevity. Well, that is the case with my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville. The Cousins family has operated that business for the past 45 plus years, and they specialize in just one thing. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Great variety, great selection. I'm driving one now, have been for years. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
Everyone knows Gator Trim Light is the go-to for patented permanent holiday lighting. But did you know they do so much more? From pool enclosures and businesses to decks and landscape lighting, they've got you covered. Full color systems, fully programmable, right from your smartphone. Invisible by day, stunning by night. Show off your orange and blue home or landscape with GatorTrimLight.com. That's GatorTrimLight.com. GatorTrimLight.com.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for core power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. electrolytes to help hydrate, the nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
No, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
When the late, great Charlie Daniels would need a place for jewelry he could trust, he turned to International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange.
Hi, I'm Charlie Daniels, and I live in Tennessee, but when I get ready to do something serious about jewelry or a gift for my wife or somebody, I always get in touch with the folks at International Gold and Diamond Exchange here in Gainesville. There's a lot of reasons for that. One reason is they sell nothing but the best.
Find out what Charlie was talking about for yourself at International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange at 3440 West University Avenue and online at igdwex.com.
Connecting with WRUF at Sportscene just got easier. Call, email, watch on YouTube or Facebook Live. And now text us on the B&D Electric text line at 352-325-3777. That's 352-325-3777. Gator baseball fans, don't miss On Deck with Steve Russell and Jeff Cardoso live every Monday at 1 on WRUF. Get baseball and softball breakdowns, player analysis, and SEC previews. Listen live or anytime on the WRUF app, YouTube, or Facebook. On Deck, it's a hit.
The Tailgate with Jeff Cardozo and Zach Alvaverdi. Weekdays at 4, right here on WRUF.
First hour of Sportscene brought to you by Quality Plumbing. This hour brought to you in part by our friends at Domino's Pizza. Let's go to our tight MRI and imaging phone line. That is where Greg is. Greg, hi.
Hey, Steve, enjoying this extra edition. Appreciate it. Just had to call in, calling us out. So I'll always call in when you call us out. I just want to shout out the softball team, Steve. That was a heck of a rebound from that disappointing loss in the SEC tournament where they got run ruled. Their response to being run ruled was to run rule FAMU. Taylor hit one into the trees. It was literally probably out in that street behind the park over there. Incredible performance. I just want to say shout out to the ladies of the Gator softball team and the coaching staff. And thanks for doing the show, Steve. We are listening. Maybe some people don't call in, but we're listening, brother. And thanks for all your hard work. Go Gators.
All right. Appreciate it, Greg. Thank you. Let's go back to Nick now. Nick, hi.
Hey, how you doing, Steve?
Okay.
I had a question for you because I never really got a clarifying answer. I guess it was a month or so ago, maybe not quite that long, in Major League Baseball. I don't remember the teams that were playing, but what I witnessed probably has never happened in baseball until then and might never happen again. The pitcher pitched the ball, and the batter line drived it right back to him, and damn if the ball didn't go into the pitcher's shirt. Do you remember that?
I read about it, yes.
Oh, you should see the video. It's crazy. I mean, the pitcher had no idea where the ball was, but when you watch the replay, you can see the ball going in his shirt and wrapping around his waist, and he's standing on the mound. He's looking all over the place for the ball, but it in fact went into his shirt. He didn't catch it with his glove, but it never hit the ground. So I'm wondering, was that considered an out or not? I never have found that out.
No. And it's funny. I don't know how you don't feel a ball that's hit over 100 miles an hour. But that's
True.
What the exit speed was, right?
Yeah.
It went in his jersey. And the hitter was credited with a hit.
Oh, okay. Well, I've always wondered. I'm like, well, what is that? And it's weird when you watch a replay. He might not have known because, I guess his jersey was extended out from his body, and there was just enough between, I guess, two buttons, an opening, and that's where it went. And I'm not sure it actually hit his body. And then he's thinking, all right, what's this big mound that I have feeling on my back or something? But that was just.
Well,
I don't think that's ever happened. I don't think it'll ever happen again.
Let me finish the story though, Nick, because I didn't go all the way with you here. Okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
When that happened, right? And again, I don't know how you don't feel that with that much speed. He was awarded a hit. The umpires called time, and again, the ball got stuck. They conferred, and apparently, when a batted ball or thrown ball going inside a player or coach's uniform is deemed out of play, it's up to the umpire's discretion to then place the runners.
Wow.
That's where that is.
Yeah, I don't remember if anybody was on base, but obviously, I don't think umpires have to worry about making the call on a situation like that very often. I don't think that's ever happened. And
I don't remember ever. I don't ever remember seeing that.
No, same here. But I was just curious. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging in there with everybody, and go Gators. Yep. Okay,
thank you, Nick. And Kevin, thank you for the information there. When you're, I don't want to say this. When you're doing something live, it's always wonderful. But when you get a question like that and you can't really do much research about it, anyway. But I'm glad, and that wasn't, I did not see that. I saw the replay of it, didn't see that live, but yeah, you don't see that very often. By the way, Elijah Badger, now in the United Football League with Orlando, former Gator receiver, hopefully is going to be with us at 2:45 today to end the show. And we hope that we can get him on here. In the meantime, we still have time to hear from you. 392-8255. Again, you can email the show at srussell@wruf.com. And I have a couple of International Diamond Center emails here, so I will get to them. Paul says, did you see where Anthony Richardson was back in town? Yes, I did. They apparently retired his jersey at Eastside. And I would hope, I have reached out to him. I have reached out to his management to try to get him on here, and would love to have him. So if any of his people are out there listening, I would love to have AR be part of the show one day, very soon. Remember, track is at the SECs. They were in second place after day one. And so we'll see what happens with day two with that. And another email here. Carl says, boy, Carl, this is long. He says, I guess what he's trying to ask is, what is a successful season to you with Gator baseball? That just depends on what your mindset is, right? Obviously, an unsuccessful season would be if they don't make the postseason. That is an unsuccessful season, past the SEC tournament I'm talking about, okay? That's unsuccessful. A lot of people were not satisfied that Florida did not host a regional last year, even though they forget that Florida had that miserable start to the SEC and battled back and got themselves in a position to be invited to a regional. So, look, the bar that Walton has set in softball, the bar that Sully has set in baseball is pretty high. But that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I think Florida's going to host a regional this year. I think they can play themselves into possibly being a host and being a top 8, but that would take some work. They would have to sweep, I think, this series with LSU and make a deep run at the SEC tournament. If they were to do that, I think they have a chance. But every poll I've seen, every rating system I have seen has Florida right now, today, hosting a regional. And so you start from there. We'll take a break, come back. I mentioned this earlier. My good friend Phil Farr, who's been in the Athletic Association forever, is retiring. I want to give him a shout out. And then Elijah Badger will join us, and we'll wrap up Sports Scene today from Baton Rouge as you listen from the place for Gator Sports, WRUF.
It's never fun being injured, and with summer on the way, the last thing you want is lingering pain holding you back. Good news, you don't have to deal with long waits or high costs at Titan MRI and Imaging. At Titan MRI and Imaging, you're not just another patient. You're treated with care in a comfortable, personal setting. With 2 locations in Gainesville and 1 in Lake City, being pain-free is a short drive away, and they accept insurance. So don't sit out this summer. Get the scan you need and get back to enjoying it. Visit TitanMRI.com to learn more.
International Diamond Center's values are so compelling, it's not unusual to see people here that are not local.
Every day, we have people that drive an hour and a half, even 2 hours.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People are willing to drive because they've heard it's not a typical jewelry store.
For example, did you know IDC has one of the largest selections of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in America?
You're going to want to come to IDC. It's worth the drive.
International Diamond Center in Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
By now, you've heard about the Florida Legends Experience in Gila, featuring Gator Heisman greats Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel, and Steve Spurrier all in one place at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Imagine catching a pass or taking a handoff from a Heisman winner, all while supporting Isaiah 117 to help provide safe, loving homes for children in need. Then enjoy an unforgettable evening at the Gala, filled with great food and lasting memories. Don't miss this historic event. Find out how you and your business can get involved at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Craving bold, authentic Cuban flavor? Head to Miapa Latin Cafe, where every bite brings the taste of Cuba straight to your table. From iconic Cuban sandwiches and fresh flaky empanadas to rich café con leche and perfectly sweet plantains. Every dish is made fresh daily for a true Latin experience. Proudly serving the community for over 23 years. And a proud supporter of the Florida Gators, Miapa now features 6 convenient locations ready to welcome you. Dine in, drive-through, to-go, or catering, Miapa is your choice for crowd-pleasing Cuban favorites. Miapa Latin Cafe, the best Cuban food north of Miami.
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their Philly sub with fries, thinly sliced beef cooked to perfection and topped with peppers, onions and mushrooms, and provolone cheese on a baguette.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
It's game day. Lights on, fans ready, everything running like it should. Now imagine your home performing at that same level. No flickering lights, no tripping breakers, no last-minute surprises. With B&D Electric, your home's electrical system is always game day ready. From repairs and lighting to panel upgrades and troubleshooting, they deliver reliable service you can count on every time. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule your service today at www.bdelectric.com. That's bdelectric.com.
The best conversations happen with Los Linderos Tequila, like this recent conversation between two Gator legends.
Coach, you know what always impressed me? How you beat Florida State to win the 1996 national championship.
And I was really impressed with your 06, 08, and 09 Gator teams.
And the way you coached Danny to the Heisman Trophy.
A lot like what you did with Tim Tebow.
To the Swamp and the Gators, with the best beverage served at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. 100% agave, Los Linderos Tequila. Aged in bourbon barrels for a smoother taste.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
Sunny skies will take us through our Friday evening. High temperatures this afternoon in the upper 80s. Tonight, lows only cooling to the mid-60s. Humidity will be on the rise. Expect partly cloudy skies overnight. We've got a hot and humid weekend ahead. Saturday and Sunday, temperatures in the lower 90s. Heat index values in the mid-90s. Lots of sunshine for our Saturday. We'll have a slight chance for a few afternoon thunderstorms on Sunday. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
If it happens in Gator Nation, you hear it on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Welcome back to Sports Scene as we get to the home stretch of the show today live here in Baton Rouge. Don't forget, later on tonight, Game 2 of the series, LSU in Florida. Jeff and I will have the call here from Baton Rouge. You know, I thought when I had been here for 28 years, you know, that's a pretty good stretch, right? My next guest joined the Gator Boosters staff in 1981. He has served as the executive director since 2012, and my friend Phil Farr is retiring, but not quite retiring. I'll let him explain that. But Phil, man, I wanted to, first of all, welcome, and I wanted to give you a shout out, man. Congratulations on this. Well-deserved. When'd you make the decision?
Oh, you know, Steve, hey, thank you for reaching out. Taryn and I just, you know, you look at what's in front of you. Again, having done this a long time, I've been through every university capital campaign. So we've got a capital campaign coming up with the university. We've got a potential Ben Hill Griffin project that's going to be monumental. I just thought at 68, last thing I wanted to do for my school is start either one of those two projects and bail 1 or 2 years into it, too disruptive. So, you know what? It's just the time was right, and give me more time to listen to you on the radio.
There you go. Win-win there. You know, I would imagine what you do has changed a ton since joining in 1981. Have you had time to really stop and think about how much things have changed and what that role entails?
Oh, yeah, the change is, gosh, at a meteoric speed. You know, heck, it's changed from 6 months ago, and it'll be different 6 months from now. So, you know, it's just one of those things. When I first started back in 81, holy cow, you didn't have cell phones. You didn't have internet. Al Gore hadn't invented the internet. Yeah, it's just with NIL, with rev share, with all the things that are coming and existing today with college athletics, you know, revenue generation is hyper important. It's always been important, but it's even more so now. So that's probably the biggest change.
You know, a lot of people know about the F Club and know about the banquet and all that, but you were instrumental in developing that. How did that all take place?
Oh, you know, again, when I started, really, it was Gene Ellenson, Judy Kinsler, Gwen Delaney, and that was the Gator Booster Shop. And when I came in, really had no job description, to be honest with you. So one of the things that we saw was that the Letterman's Association had pretty much ceased to exist. The Hall of Fame hadn't moved in more than a handful of years. So I kind of took that on as my first baby project, and we reinitiated, which is now the F Club, got that going, trying to get all of our student athletes, former student athletes, back involved, and put some bones to the Hall of Fame banquet, which went from reading a script with a slide projector to what it is today with, Jeff leading things in the Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. So, yeah, the F Club is dear to our heart, dear to my heart, being a former player. Just a good way to get people involved. And the Hall of Fame that's the greatest thing we can do as an athletic program, is to put somebody in the Hall of Fame.
For those who don't know, Phil was a 3-year letter winner in Gator football. So I'm going to have you take off the hat of what you're doing now, Phil, and put the hat of a former football player here. Summerall's hire, where Gator football is going, what do you see?
Oh, well, I'm excited. I mean, how do I say it? The guy's a dude. Great personality, works hard, good recruiter. It's just you're around the guy and he's infectious. So I think he's going to bring a toughness to the program. I think his kids are going to be more accountable. I just think there's going to be an air about this program that's going to make us proud.
Last thing, because of what you've done over all these years, Phil, with fundraising, and you mentioned about, how it's changed. It's just changed, as you know, dramatically just in the last, whatever, with NIL and all of that. I don't know where this ends. I don't know what tweaks are made, but do you have an idea of, if you had a crystal ball, Phil, where this is going to go from here? What tweaks need to be made? Is this sustainable? All of that. Where do you see this maybe ending up or going?
Yeah, that would be a huge thing with the crystal ball. I don't know where it's going. I don't know what the answer is. I mean, in my ignorance of it all, I think the answer in large part is going to have to come out of Washington. I think if the NCAA could get involved, not get sued, and bring back the transfer rule. You get a free transfer. Then if you transfer again, you have to sit out. That would, the transfer portal is, I think, an issue for a lot of coaches. If you can basically go through free agency every 6 months, it's hard to build sometimes. But again, thank God we've got the program we do and the coaches we do that kids, when they get here, they want to stay here in large part. But yeah, where it's going, God only knows. I just know college athletics is still fun and wanted to always be fun, but some guardrails put in place would keep that fun tied to college athletics, not so much like in the NFL or the NBA or professional baseball.
I'm glad you said that, Phil, because sometimes I can only speak for me. With all these changes, I do forget that college athletics, it can still be fun. With all the changes that you're still talking about, college men and women going out and doing their thing. So I'm glad you said that. By the way, he is going to be transitioning to a role as a special assistant to the athletic director. So we have not heard the last of Phil. But I just wanted to give you congratulations, buddy. You've done this so well for so long. I want to give you a shout out here, man. So thanks for doing it, and thanks for your work.
You're the best, brother. I appreciate you, and we'll enjoy listening to you forever.
Okay. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate you, man. Phil Farr, Executive Director, Gator Boosters. Yep. Thank you on his retirement. But again, he'll be, thank you, Special Assistant to the Athletic Director. All right, I got a couple of emails here, International Diamond Center emails. I will get to them here as quickly as I can. BB says, congratulations to a good start in the regional for the softball team. Can't help but worry about tonight's baseball game. Last night, despite the LSU pitching, things almost got dramatic at the end. We know how our guys can sometimes go on with what the Australians term as a walkabout at times. He said LSU Moneyball, wondering what LSU spent on their 2026 baseball team acquiring players. Let me just say this. And if you heard the show yesterday, the LSU play-by-play voice, Chris Blair, was here. LSU baseball is not where you think it is in terms of money. Football is getting a ton of it. Now, are they, in the poorhouse? No, but they're not at the top of where you would think they might be. Again, it was eye-opening last night to see, BB, where it was pretty empty there. I mean, when you go to LSU, you go here, man, you hear that, go Tigers thing. And, it happened a couple of times last night. But it just, you don't ever know from year to year what's going to happen. And I'll give LSU this. They hit their top 5 or 6 hitters are good. But they just can't pitch. And as a result of that, they have real issues. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up Sportscene today. Coming to you live from Baton Rouge. You're listening on WRUF.
Every pitch of Gator baseball, all season long, right here on WRUF, your home for Gator Sports.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
Attention local and regional CDLA drivers in the North Florida area. Pritchett Trucking is currently looking for local and regional drivers. Are you looking for a driver-friendly environment? Pritchett Trucking offers more home time, great pay, and great benefits, including health insurance and paid time off. And they also offer a quarterly performance and safety program, plus a sign-on bonus. Pritchett Trucking's regional drivers are home weekends and local drivers are home daily. If you're at least 23 years old and want a rewarding career with great pay, don't let the opportunity pass you by. Apply online at PritchettTrucking.com.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
It's the grand opening of the all-new Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC. We've just received a special factory allocation of GMC trucks and SUVs. New GMC Sierra, $329 per month. New GMC Canyon, $299 per month. We sell more, so you save more. At Davis Gainesville Chevrolet and the all-new Davis Gainesville GMC on North Main Street in the heart of Gator Country and at GainesvilleChevyGMC.com.
36-month leases, $84.99 due at signing plus tax, title, and doc. All rebates and incentives to dealer may include loyalty. Subject to lender approval. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
This summer, bring every game home. Baseball, soccer, golf, like never before. With a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions. Delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it at Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworldfl.com for more. That's electronicsworldfl.com.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF Bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida Bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida Bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators!
Hey Gainesville, tired of big banks that don't know your name? Meet GalaBank. Locally owned, locally operated. With over 350 years of combined experience, we're here to help our neighbors, not just customers. No call centers, no appointments necessary, no sign-in sheets, and anyone can cash a check on us. No extra charge. Local bank, local people. GalaBank. Find us at 7515 West University Avenue off Tower Road. GalaBank. Member FDIC.
Gainesville's best-kept secret is finally being revealed. Introducing Sensei Asian Bistro. Located in Celebration Point next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Sensei delivers a one-of-a-kind Japanese-French fusion experience that's as refined as it is unforgettable. Indulge in signature dishes like our smoked New York strip, Chilean sea bass, matcha curry, or the crave-worthy chunggang chili chicken. Pair it all with handcrafted cocktails, fresh crudo oysters, or our premium A5 Wagyu tataki. Sensei Asian Bistro. Make your reservation today.
Gator Baseball plays here. WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
She'll set the field on fire, just cutting across the pasture.
Big concerts this weekend coming up. I know my daughter's going. She got her big Morgan Wallen t-shirt, just gave me a picture. And then Carol's going to go too. Boy, I mean, really, really a big deal. And have fun tonight, ladies. That'll be a lot of fun. So, a lot of fun. All right, our final segment here. We were hopefully going to have Elijah Badger, but he is not available. So we may have a guest here at the end. We may not. But if we don't, I do have some emails. Kevin Winter's going to be on here next, so do not move from where you are. He will have some great stuff, as he always does. And then, again, it looks like we'll be back in Gainesville. But let me just give this scenario out again. If Florida in baseball is not a top 8 seed for the SEC tournament, we will leave here tomorrow, and then we will do Sportscene from Birmingham on Monday. And then Florida plays on Tuesday at a time we don't know yet, at an opponent we don't know yet. If they do end up being a top 8 in the SEC tournament, Florida returns home after the game tomorrow, and then we will head over to Birmingham on Tuesday, and we will do Sportscene, and we will do the On Deck Show live in Gainesville. Okay, well, I guess we do have Elijah Badger now, so let's bring him in now, real quickly here. Elijah, are you there? Welcome.
How you doing?
Elijah, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, I got you now. Okay, thanks for being here, Elijah. Congratulations on winning the award. Let me ask this for people who are listening. How'd you get involved with the UFL?
How'd I get involved with the UFL?
Yep.
I think it was my agent. My agent had called and just told me about the next steps from being cut from the Chiefs and just another opportunity just to stay on the field and keep showing my ability.
Is it kind of cool staying in Florida, playing in Orlando?
Yeah, it is cool staying in Florida. Used to the weather already, the humid and the hot, so it's kind of good.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Did it take much of an adjustment, playing in college with the so-called, quote, normal, unquote, rules to what you have in the UFL and some of the innovations they have? Was it a transition or was it pretty easy to pick everything up?
I'd say it's it's easier than college. I think college is kind of harder than DB wise, but yeah, I just say it's easy to pick up.
The innovations that fans get to hear. You get to hear the coaches if you're watching a game. The coaches talking, the plays getting sent in, all of that. Do players like that? Do players also like some of the things that the UFL is doing that the NFL is not doing?
Yeah, the different rules and stuff. Yeah, some rules that we like, some rules that we don't like. But I think it's a change. The UFL is trying to make somewhat of the change, putting some of the rules in the UFL. And from the UFL to the NFL, and it's just different.
In the end, football is football. Your time here, how was that for you here?
At the UFL, my time has been...
No, at Florida, I'm sorry, yeah.
In Florida or the UFL?
At Florida.
At Florida, that time was great, too. I liked it there. I wish I was there longer. I was only there for about 8 months. Coach Billy G had brought me in open arms, and he had a plan, I had a plan, and we just got to it.
In terms of the offense that you run with Orlando, Elijah, if a fan is listening or a football fan is listening, what kind of offense are you running there? Is it easy to pick up and fun to be in?
Yeah, I'd say it's easy to pick up. I'll say coming from the Chiefs, they kind of had a complicit playbook. It was kind of everywhere. So I'll say their playbook was kind of hard. So it was kind of easy coming from their playbook, and I think picking up Orlando's playbook. I think that was kind of my problem, was just picking up the playbook, seeing the play, and just going out there running it. Because I'm kind of like a visual learner and got to write it down. Run it probably a couple of times, but yeah, coming from there, it was kind of easy picking it up.
Last thing, I guess you have a perspective now of, being a pro and no longer being, in the college game. Where do you think things are going to go in college, Elijah, when it comes to like NIL and things like that? Where do you see things going in the college game?
From the NIL perspective, or?
Yeah, sure. Just whatever. Sure.
From when it started, and I've gotten to college when there was no NIL, and I only probably had about 2 years of it, and it's grown every year since then. I just see it growing now in the future from when it is now, and it's going to change college football how it's been for the past couple of years.
Well, I wish you continued luck with Orlando, and I appreciate you talking back to Gainesville, Elijah. Thank you for taking the time today to do it, man. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you, Elijah. All right. Elijah Badger, Orlando Storm wide receiver, and won one of the league awards recently, too. So congratulations to Elijah, and we thank him for being here today to just about wrap up the show. One more email here, and we'll call it a day. James says, what can we expect from Peterson tonight? Boy, if I could answer that, James, I could be an agent or something. Look, I think right now, by the way, Kylie McDaniel's draft for ESPN, the draft is 2 months away. and he still has Liam Peterson as a first-round draft choice. So that tells you what baseball thinks of him, right? And I think sometimes you are drafted on potential. And, guys that throw 96 to 98, that if you can harness that, that's a pretty good thing. So I think that's what they see. But look, I think if they get 6 productive innings out of him tonight, I think Florida would be very, very happy with that. That is our show for today. First of all, thanks to Luis for producing it. And again, to all of you for consuming it today, since we were on at a different time. But it was certainly worth it because Gator softball got a win. Kevin Winter is up next. And then I will talk to you tonight along with Jeff for Gator baseball, and then tomorrow night as well. And then we will see you back Monday, either from Birmingham or from back in Gainesville. This is Sportscene. You're listening on WRUF. See you later.
Baseball is in full swing, and the road to Omaha runs through WRUF.
Looking for the perfect stay in Gainesville? Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center is just steps from the Swamp, the closest hotel to UF. With 6 stylish floors of brand new everything, we've been completely renovated and fully remodeled for your comfort. Enjoy the best guest services in town, competitive rates, and a location you just can't beat. And don't forget about our rooftop pool. Whether it's game day, graduation, or a Gator getaway, make your stay extraordinary at Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center. Visit us online today for details and booking.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators!
It's lunchtime, and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their Philly sub with fries, thinly sliced beef cooked to perfection and topped with peppers, onions and mushrooms, and provolone cheese on a baguette.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
P.F. Chang's Gainesville is serving up incredible lunch specials starting at just $11.99. So if you're in the mood for Asian fusion cuisine, stop in for lunch today. And don't miss happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. with $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Make your next lunch or afternoon unwind unforgettable at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch and happy hour.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just